What's up everyone, Midnight Stories 32 here. I don't know if you're a skeptic or a paranormal believer, but what I'm about to tell you has been documented and corroborated by 3 different police officers. Before we get into the content, please like, comment, and subscribe if you're interested in true, scary, and mysterious stories. This small act from you means so much to us and will help our channel grow. In 2006, Officer Dave Murphy was put on a new assignment at the Capitol Theater Hotel located in Salt Lake City, Utah. On the first night of his assignment, Officer Murphy was patrolling the theater when something caught his peripherals. As he looked over, he saw something that appeared to be a dark figure slamming the men's restroom door, and he also heard a loud bang. It was the middle of the night and there shouldn't have been any guests in the building. Murphy radioed his training officer, Morgan Matthews, who was in the control room of the theater. Officer Matthews quickly looked through the camera footage and didn't see anyone. This made sense to Officer Matthews because the restroom hallway doesn't have cameras facing the restrooms. This is for privacy reasons. Officer Matthews, concerned for Murphy, rushed to provide backup. Both officers now in the hallway with their firearms drawn, shouting commands for the perpetrator to get out of the men's room. There was no response. Both officers rushed into the restroom to secure the perpetrator, but there was no one in there. Upon further investigation, Officer Matthews noticed that the top of the door hinge has a hydraulic on it, and it can't be slammed. Both officers searched the entire theater and noticed that all the lights that were recently shut off have turned back on. The officers were on high alert, but weren't able to locate the perpetrator. A few nights later, the Capitol Theater installed thermal vision cameras after both of the officers submitted their incident reports. Officer Matthews was monitoring the cameras one night and saw a figure in one of the seats of the theater room. Again, this was after hours, so he called it in to Officer Murphy, who was patrolling the building. Officer Murphy quickly rushed to the theater room, and right before he entered the room, Officer Matthews said whatever he saw shot across the room and in front of the thermal camera. This is where things get really scary. A few weeks into the assignment, Officer Murphy was doing another late night patrol of the building. He heard a piano playing in the theater room. As he tactically entered the room, he said he heard a loud slam and the piano stopped playing. When observing the stage, he saw the only piano in the theater sitting center of the stage with the lid closed. Terrified of the events going on, Murphy demanded to be placed on a new assignment or he quit the force. The police force quickly found a replacement for Murphy and placed Officer Josh Thomas on the Capitol Theater assignment. On Officer Thomas's first day with the theater, he radioed in for backup in the middle of the night because he saw the elevators being called from floor to floor. Officer Murphy was on his new patrol assignment and just happened to be up the street. Familiar with the theater, he rushed to back up Officer Thomas. As both the officers cleared the theater floor by floor, they eventually made it to the theater room's center stage. Officer Thomas heard whispering in his ear and turned to Officer Murphy. He saw a black figure right behind him. As Officer Murphy turned, he saw the figure shoot across the room. The figure was never seen again. If you like this video and are interested in learning more about true stories, please subscribe. Until next time, Midnight Stories 32.